What?
Hold on.
We're live.
Hold on.
I'm listening.
Okay. So.
Hold on, everybody.
Oh, no, no, you're online. Just
Just tell
wait.
me. Just tell me.
The inauguration has been moved inside, which means all these people who are planning to attend, because you could be outside,
Right.
you can't go and see it in person.
Right. So you're
So
just gonna stand in
my
it.
sister just sent me that, and I said, okay, so what does this mean for your trip now?
Yeah.
So if nothing else, maybe she'll just leave and go to Dallas now, and
Nice.
then come back early next week.
That would be the smart move.
That would be the smart move, but we'll see what she says.
Yeah, because why go up there? She can stand outside with.
Yeah, the problem is it's too late to cancel your Airbnb and get a refund
She
because
don't. She don't care about that.
I'm just saying though, you only have
Yeah.
so many days, and for this to be announced now,
Yeah.
that changes everything.
Wow.
Well, and then her friends are supposed to be flying in from Vegas to be there. Like all of that changes everything. So
You think they would have planned this? I don't know. It's like 3 days before, 4 days before.
yeah. So anyway, I'm waiting to hear what she says, but I'm like, okay, so what does this mean now?
Yeah.
So anyway,
That means you're here for dinner tonight.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's probably the case.
All right. Wow, my bit rate is way off right now. Not sure if anybody is in or can see anything, but I hope you can. My goal is one page today. My back is fine. My leg. I get a shooting pain randomly down my leg. Sweet beanie hat. No, no, no. It's just a red. It's a red. It's just a hat. Not a beanie. It's like Fred Durst wears the red hat, but he puts it backwards. I just put it backwards. Not a beanie hat. Do people still wear beanie hats? I wonder. I would get a beanie hat, but with a propeller on top. And just Bob Euchre too. Yeah, exactly. Poor Bob Euchre. You know, way before his time. Hung out with Win and Andrea this morning. We went for breakfast. I had French toast and some coffee. We talked about writing and things. I don't think he was poor. He probably wasn't poor. Yeah, he probably had a couple bucks. Although it's in Milwaukee money, what does that really? Could he have afforded a studio apartment in New York City? I doubt it. Stopped at Dunkin' on the way home as well. Why I used need a friend named Dixie. That whole sentence means nothing. Obviously, my wife is still home. She's waiting for her sister to leave to go to um, Washington, D.C. for the inauguration. And then her sister just found out that the inauguration is going to be indoors and not outside. So now she's kind of thinking, am I going to go all the way there and then just stand outside with a bunch of other morons? But of course, the Airbnb, everything's booked already. So now you lose that money. Hopefully, she doesn't leave because then my wife was supposed to go over there today for like the next week. My her sister-in-law also has to go to Dallas and take care of a couple things. So hopefully, she will go to Dallas and take care of a couple things. because she needs to be out by the 31st. She got 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, and then Tom Duffy shows up. This can be like when high school graduation is in the gym because it's raining. Exactly. Except we had our high school graduation at the Arts Center in Homedale. That was where our graduation. Where was yours? Was yours in the War Memorial in Sayreville, or was it just in the gym? Is there a War Memorial in Sayreville? There's got to be, right? Sayreville sounds like a place that they would have a War Memorial. In the gym. Fancy in the gym. Well, my daughter graduated. Her graduation was in the Ocean Center, which is where all the concerts in Daytona are, and where the Bash at the Beach for WCW was held. Sayreville War Memorial High School, as a matter of fact. See, I knew there was War Memorial in there somewhere. I knew it. I mean, I probably knew that, just forgot it. When I think of war, I think of Sayreville War. What's the greatest war that ever happened? World War I, World War II? No, Sayreville War. And we built a high school as a memorial to it. It's like I knew. It's like I used to live in New Jersey for 30 years. Oh my God, the War of Sayreville. Not only was it one of my favorite wars, not only was it one of my favorite books, but the movie with Richard Gere, phenomenal. Lost to the pole. Yep. Yep, obviously. So that means my wife will probably be home. So again, I got to adjust my schedule for stuff. Crazy. What is this? I got to look at this. TikTok ban upheld by Supreme Court days before the law takes effect. But there's I have a weather advisory. Why? Where's my weather advisory? Holy crap. That can't be real. they're saying on Wednesday, next Wednesday, the 22nd, rain and snow showers here in Jacksonville. It will go down to 30 in the overnight hour. 1 a.m., 31, then 31, 30, 30, 30. We're going to get rain and snow. It won't stick or anything. That is interesting, though. Very interesting. What's up, Chad Hoey? Are you closing your TikTok shop? No, I'm not doing anything with it. I'm just gonna. So I keep reading conflicting things about the TikTok thing, and let me know if you know the answer. People are saying, "Oh no, you're not gonna be able to open up a new TikTok, but you can still use your TikTok like on your phone." And then some people are saying, "No, they're taking it off the phones, they're blocking it, but you can use TikTok on your laptop." Then there's people that are saying, no, they're completely wiping it out and it will stop working completely. So I don't know what the answer is. It's going to be single digits here next week. That is insane. Chad Hoey, I went by they're building a new office buildings. I don't know where the hell we were. We were driving. I saw office buildings and there was, apartments. There's apartments they're building a few blocks away, and the dudes had a giant truck, and they were taking off rails for like the stoops, for the steps and stuff. And I thought of you. I'm like, I wonder if those are Hoey built. My wife said, "What the hell are you talking about?" I said, "Chad Hoey." She's like, "You think Chad Hoey came down to Jacksonville to build those?" I said, maybe he manufactured them in the goat barn and then he ships them out. That could be him in the truck. That could be his truck. Insane. We're going to get overnight snow. I'm going to have to wake up. I'm going to have to wake up and go sit outside and drink a cup of coffee. And then I guarantee, so the 22nd it was supposed to have snow, which they haven't had snow here in, I think, 20 years. And then I'm sure the next week, the 29th, that would be Wednesday, it'll be 80 degrees. So, anyway, I'm hyped up. I've had a lot of coffee this morning. I had a really good French toast this morning while I met with Wynn and Andrea. Next month, Lord be willing, Tom Duffy will be with us. Probably the company I used to work for down there, Maine Made Studios. Maybe, you know what, if you told me that ahead of time, I would have stopped and I would have said, Chad Hoey says hi, or Chad Hoey says, go screw yourself. These are not made to his specifications, depending on how it worked out for you. What's up, Chad Lutsky? Invasion of the Chads is right. There's way too many Chads here. Thankfully, Chad Hoey is in purple on mine, and Chad Lutsky is in pink on mine. Or otherwise, this would be insane. Insane. So I gotta get some writing in today, but whatever. And again, I thought my wife was gonna be gone today till next Saturday or Sunday, and I was like, all right, I'm getting a lot of writing in, blah, blah, blah. Tuesday, Amanda will be here. We'll get a lot of writing in, and now it doesn't look like many of that's going to happen. Supposed to be in the 40s today here in Southwest Michigan. That's nice. It's 62 and sunny here. I think 65 is the high today. Did your shirt say I'd rather be watching Dean Cain television shows? You know it. Name another actor, TV actor, that's better than Dean Cain. I'll wait. You can't do it. Is that guy still even around? Is he still alive? Dean Goggins. No, you're thinking of a different Goggins. We were watching, I don't know what we were watching. My wife's like, that guy's dead. That guy's, I'm like, oh, I wonder what he's doing now. She's like, he's dead. And we looked and he was not dead. I don't remember who it was though. Somebody who's not dead. Ugh. I think we were watching the History Channel documentary on The Accused, the band. I don't know if anybody of you guys have heard of it. I hate when the paper gets stuck on the lifesaver. I'm in a good mood today. Sometimes you're in such a good mood that you can't concentrate to write. You gotta be in that so-so mood where you're like, life really doesn't suck, but I don't know any good parts of it right now. I'm gonna write some words. And it is Positive Friday, so positive about that. Now I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner tonight if my wife's gonna be home. Happy author never wrote anything good. Right. Like a happy musician never wrote any good songs. Curious to see how well this Crystal Lake romance book sells. I didn't even know they were doing a romance. I'm going to say this not knowing anything about the situation, okay? This is just off the top of my head. This is just my own beliefs. A company that does horror and dabbles a little bit to the left or to the right, a little bit. Maybe does a thriller, maybe does a supernatural, maybe puts out an occasional science fiction book. Now you're going to start doing romance books. Now you're just like, you're spreading yourself too thin. Do you have the structure to properly promote that book? That's my question. Yeah, they brought in tremendously. They're called Crystal Lake Entertainment now, I believe. You're right. And I kind of follow along, but I don't. I get their emails. I talk to people. I ignore most of it. Whatever. I hope it works out for them. Yeah. Sam Hain, exactly. Yeah, the publisher, Sam Hain, and the day. I wish the best for Joe. He's awesome. And I know you love the guy. I know it. There's Sean Cole. There he is. How's the weather over there on the Canadian frozen tundra? 62 degrees here and sunny. It's going to be in the single digits in New Jersey coming up. 40s today in southwest Michigan. I don't know who else is on that could tell me what their weather is. Check it out. I prefer Misfits over Samhain. As do I. As do I. The only album I got from that I've ever bought, and it was an album, was the November Coming Fire one. And I can't tell you any songs that were on it because I don't think any of them were memorable. Today we are all chat. 36 degrees today and sunny. That's nice. That's nice. Apparently on Wednesday, next Wednesday, we are going to get snow here in Jacksonville, they're saying. Overnight for about 4 hours. I'm sure it will not amount to anything and the ground will still be too warm for it to stick. And let's watch a documentary on the history of how the weather has become an integral part of the show. Here's the thing. I'm an old man and I talk about the weather. And every time it rains, the other night it was raining here, and I turned to my wife and I said, you know, we really need this rain. And then she just groaned at me. Except, we really do need the rain. Snow there, how often that? It hasn't happened in over 20 years. Like once every 20 years, it snows for a couple of hours here. None of it ever sticks. I mean, no. Even if it gets into the 30s, which it will like at 3 in the morning to like 7 in the morning, it'll be like 31 or 30 degrees. And then we're supposed to get rain, which is going to turn to snow, but it'll just kind of be some flurries. And by the time people wake up, they will have to watch it on the news. Yeah, hurricanes, we get that shit all the time. I'd rather watch the What's the Male Lady Wearing documentary. That would also be. You can make so many. I should make all these documentaries, right? And then put them on my YouTube channel. Maybe then I would get some followers on my friggin' YouTube channel. We're Chad. We can stand up to the cold. Exactly. I watched a bunch of those videos of how I got 40 billion followers on Facebook in 12 minutes. You know, those kinds of stupid, this is the best content to do. This is blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, these are all, I'll tell you more for $399, you know, kind of thing. Ridiculous. So one of my neighbors last night when I had the dog out, he complained yesterday was cold. And I'm thinking, cold? Cold? I'll show you cold. You've never lived back east. I was out there at 11:30 at night in a hoodie and flip-flops, no socks. Do not wear socks with flip-flops. Do not do that. Some of us Chaz are too skinny for the cold. Yeah, but you got the hair to cover. You can basically stoop down a little bit and the hair covers from head to toe, and then you're fine. It's like a shield. We were watching some Investigation Discovery thing the other day, and the dude, I love watching those, and immediately like, the husband killed her. And the husband was brought in, and he was wearing a hoodie, shorts, flip-flops with long socks, like ankle socks. I was like, this dude definitely should go to prison, even if he didn't kill his wife, which he did. Like, because that outfit is, where are you going with that? Are you hot? Are you cold? What's going on there? Like, let's overcover everything except for our legs. Or part of our legs. My wife is in the room talking to her sister, and I'm waiting for her to come out and saying, I'm leaving, I'm not leaving, I'm going to my mother's, I'm not going to my mother's. We're having chicken for dinner. It's just something. I was going to be on Saturday and Sunday on Twitch because my wife was not supposed to be here. So now that's up in the air. Oh, did you see they're doing a Curious Case of docuseries now? Yeah, didn't I? Weren't you on when I told you I saw the Bam Margera one? Watched that the other day. Um, and he was in it for about 7 minutes of the entire hour. They talked about all the other people. Well, if you started it, you saw all the Bam parts to it. Like literally, Steve-O is in it more than Bam, and all the other bit play. I guess they use his name to sell it because if you mentioned any of these other people, like who are these people? And of course, the lawyer in it, the chick who thinks she's super hot. Of course, she's from Princeton, New Jersey. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, the obnoxious old blonde woman. Oh my god, she is awful. Bam is watching him go off and screaming and yelling and ranting and raving. It triggered me watching that because that is my brother when he is drunk or high. That was what I had to put up growing up, is that craziness, and it really did bother me. I was like, I gotta look away for a while here. This is bothering me. She'll support any position. You gotta watch the whole thing. It's just this. Every person in that. When you're watching something, and Steve-O is the smartest person on the show, you know you have a problem. When he's the only one that makes sense, you know you got a problem. Just insane. I guess I gotta write something today. Can't use walked twice in the same sentence. The Britney Spears of Jackass, exactly. Next page, Frank, even though it's not the next page. I'm guessing, based on the conversation I'm hearing, that her sister has not made any decisions, as usual. God, I can't wait for her to fucking leave. If I ever buy next page when I'm supposed to know, that means I'm as high as Ben. You know what? I hope not, because you could kill yourself doing that. Although I saw something, Steve-O has a podcast. You know, because everybody in the world has a podcast. And Steve-O said that he had heard that Bam has been sober for 7 months. I don't know how old the podcast was. I mean, it was like from within the last like year. Now, who knows if that's true anymore, or if he's just saying that? But I know he don't talk to Bam doesn't talk to any of those guys anymore. Excuse me, I have to take my old man blood pressure medicine, which I did not take this morning. I also did not do my coffee of the day post because I had it at a cafe. Well, I probably could do it with this because I'm drinking Dunkin' now. I never watched Jackass. That's surprising. I figured you would like Jackass. I didn't either. I've never seen an episode. I've seen maybe bits and pieces, like when my son watched it. Um, I would walk in and out of the room. I'd be seeing it and I'd be like, what do you want? This is garbage. I'm not watching this crap. That never interested me, though, doing dumb things with my friends. I was too busy doing dumb things trying to badly pick up women. And that didn't include setting my nuts on fire or any of the other things that they do. If I can get this page done, I'll be amazed. That's the show where they jump off roofs and tase themselves in the nuts, right? Who watches that? Apparently, a shitload of people watch that because that was a huge, huge hit for several years. I think 5 years or something. Then they did a couple 3 movies that made a shitload of money, and then Bam had his own show for like 7 seasons or something crazy like that. So those dudes made a lot of money doing dumb things to each other. But it's like, what's the if you got to keep ramping it up and ramping up, what is eventually like? Oh, we're gonna eviscerate Steve-O for laughs. You know, I don't get it. And now every moron on TikTok uh, does stupid things like that. Or I watched one the other day where um, some skinny little black dude walks up to this uh, like Spanish chick in a store, and the boyfriend is like this huge. He looks like a Samoan. He's not in the aisle with her, and he walks up and he's like, "Hey, how's it going? Can I get your number?" She's like, "I got a boyfriend." He's like, "I don't care. He's not around." And then the boyfriend comes walking down, and it's not like a stage thing. You can tell it's not like stage. Like his buddy's down at the other end of the aisle filming, and basically the guy slaps her ass, and then he starts walking away, and the boyfriend comes running down and beats the crap out of him. I mean, just pounds the shit out of him right in the aisle. And then his buddy's just filming, like not doing anything. And the guy was like really like banging his head against the ground. I mean, like really beating the crap out of him. And then security comes over and he's like, he grabbed her ass. And then I want to press charges. And then the guy's like, it was a prank. It's just a prank, man. Like, that's not a prank. That's not fun. While Simone's off for Ursika. Yeah. I think the dude looked like both of them put together. But I'm like, that's just an asshole thing. Like the dude who was spraying pesticides or something on vegetables in the store. Or something. I don't know. People are just dumb. Like, how is that funny? But you got people who grew up on Jackass and stuff who watch that stuff. I know I'm an old man. I get it. I would rather have some, slapstick. John Ritter falls down in Three's Company. He trips over the couch. John Ritter tripped over the couch. That's funny to me. Right now, my wife's like, "What the hell is he in there yelling about?" Just something. Just something. Always something. I used to like the Wild Simones. I used to often seek. I was a big fan of those when Captain Lou Albano used to bring them out. We watched Dark Side of the Ring last night, and it was an extended episode of Chris Candido and Tammy Sitch. That was a good one because they were so fucked up. And then we watched the first 2 episodes of Dark Side of the Cage about MMA fighters. Even though I don't watch MMA fighter at all, I've never seen any MMA UFC. I've never watched that stuff. I'm not interested in it. But and I know you know who it is because everybody knows Kimbo Slice. That was the first episode. That crazy bastard. It was interesting. I love those shows. They're all on like Vice or Viceland, I guess they call it now. Interesting stuff. I love watching those shows. Even if it's stuff I don't even like, I'm like, I don't watch this stuff, but I'm gonna watch this show about the bad people that are doing things in it. Did Kimbo Slice ever fight Butterbean? I don't believe he did. He fought Ken Shamrock years after he was supposed to fight Ken Shamrock. No, Chad. Angry Samoans, that's a different thing from Alpha and Zika. Great band, though. Singing by people. Hello. Old Mike. Michael O'Connell in the house. Michael, how are those drabbles coming? Yeah, the Michael O'Connell. Yeah, that one. Yes. Okay. I'll take that as a positive. It is Positive Friday. I got to hang out with. I hung out with the good wind this morning for breakfast in Yulee. I guess it is. It's not Amelia Island. It's like Yulee. He is. He is the MG. You need a friend named Dixie. Yeah. Or a dog. A dog named Winn Dixie. We're visiting the instructions fell off the rails. I didn't get that before. I was like, Dixie, what the hell you mentioned? Who the hell is Dixie? Now I get it. Winn Dixie. you, you are crazy. Don't tell me drooped isn't a real word. Of course it's a real word. Drooped. Her boobs drooped. Oh, yesterday I had a writing epiphany. Tell us the epiphany. There's a couple of Chads in here, Michael. A couple of Chads. This feed is filthy with Chads today. No, Amanda, though. I figured Amanda would pop in. Amanda will be here next Tuesday to get some writing in, and then we're going to go to lunch. You're all welcome to join us. It's an old Chad, a short Chad, and a tall Chad. Yes. There's a short Chad, a medium Chad. I don't know about the tall Chad. I don't know if we have a 7-footer yet. I'm gonna pretend I'm not the old Chad. You are pretty old. I would call you short Chad. A hanging Chad. Chad Dad. Chad Goggins. Bless you. Africa Chad. I don't know anything about hanging Chads. I only have hanging grandmothers. Sean says, so I realized that part of my issue with my current project is trying so hard to have it all be through only one point of view. But then I was reading something else and realized that it would be easier to use also the villain's point of view. First I thought it might be cheating, but after dismissing that as just being silly, I saw a nice through line to the end of my story. Yeah, it's if you're doing something in first person and you're in the same character's head all the time, it depends on the story, you know. But as a reader, I always like to pop in and out of other people's heads, not within the same paragraph or chapter. Although I love Don Winslow, and I noticed I'm reading I read his Danny Ryan trilogy, which he does that like within a chapter you're in like three characters' heads. But he's such a good writer, it works. And I'm reading Broken now by him, which is 6 short novellas. And in one of the novellas, he does it only one time. He jumps into another character so far. I'm like 3 or 4 stories into that. I'm reading that in print, and I'm also reading Isolation anthology. I just got to the Joe Lansdale short story in that. Chad, do you know who Joe Lansdale is? I'm 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 being facetious. So yeah, I'm reading those right now. And then you know what I'm going to read? I'm going to read some Chuck Buddha westerns when I'm done with the Isolation anthology. Why not? You know what I'm saying? See what he's got going on. You heard of her? Nice. Commit to writing in second person. I normally write in second person, although crime thrillers, a lot of crime thrillers are for a long period of time, maybe 15, 20 years, were first person. And I notice a lot of writers, newer writers now, are going back to second person. I go to third person. I go to eighth person. Eighth person is normally how I write. But I'll normally say, this guy who knows this guy whose sister's brother's cousin was a waiter at this restaurant, which was owned by this guy. But then, like, you got to start every sentence like that, and it just gets really, really bad. So stick to third person. Right. I noticed that in a current book I'm reading, in this example, 2 characters were having a chess match, and most of the chapter is from one point of view. Then at the last paragraph or two, it flops and it slips inside the other character's head. Miss Frank, I write in eighth person passive. Yeah, obviously you do. Yeah, I've read your stuff. Write in they, them point of view. Right. At first I was a bit jarred, but after finishing the book, it didn't bother me. I won't do it myself, but done well seems. And that's the key. It's got to be done well. There's nothing passive about you, Mr. Frank. well said, old Mike. Well said. You missed a good lunch the other day. We actually talked a lot about writing stuff instead of non-writing stuff. And again, I don't know what you had going on, but I would cross out the third Thursday of every month for the next 10 years. Tell your wife, stop making plans on this day. Passive gassing. That's what I'm really bad at. I went to type Mickey and I wrote icky. Chat alliteration. I had it crossed out, but mermaids were involved. So yeah, I can totally finish outlining the current project with a few different point of view characters, and it'll work out. I feel a bit dumb. I didn't do this sooner, but I guess I was just being stubborn. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You got to see what happens. I can just picture every other experienced writer in this room saying, "Yeah, dumbass." Yeah, basically all the experienced writers. There's literally hundreds of them right now, all giving you the finger, Sean. all knowing how much you screwed this up. I don't know. Excuse me. I'm almost to the next page. I can I can see the bottom. That means something. Live and learn. Exactly. You know what? It's all live and learn. I appreciate your seriousness. It tempers my idiocy. Exactly. There's got to be a balance. A yin and a yang. And a yang. You are the wig to my wham. My temper is polluted with idiocy. I think it comes from being short. Could be. You're the big to my zag. You are the on to my fleek. Don't mind me. Happy New Year and stuff. Yeah, Michael Schotter. Happy New Year to you too. Glad you can make it. I would also remind everybody to subscribe or resubscribe. Frank, I think you're due. You haven't done it in a couple days. And also to follow me on the YouTube. Or as the young kids say, the YTube. Or the tube. Or they say YouTube. I don't know what the kids say. I have no idea. I don't hang out with any of the hip kids anymore. Or ever. Back's getting a little stiff though. When is Canadian New Year? I think that's in August. The Tizoob, yes. The year of the I can see that. Just about done with the coffee. Now I'm getting the unground coffee now at the bottom. Which means they gave me the last of a pot of coffee. I did not do my coffee of the day video this morning. I did get a package in though. I don't know even know what it is. It's a book or magazine or something. I'm gonna have to open that and do a video sometime this afternoon. But I think I'm gonna have to spray some icy hot or something. Yeah, Ron would know. Ron knows everything. Sean with a random pet peeve. I'm currently looking for a green case for a new iPhone, and I think the designers in these case companies are colorblind. The shades of green they use are ugly AF. That's how us, me and the cool kids say. AF. It's like they've never heard of British Racing Green. I'll be honest, I've never heard of British Racing Green either. Oh, would you like this almost black green? Or how about a vomit green? Jesus. Jesus green? Yeah, right? Did you get to another page, though? That's something, right? Happy with that. All right, who's got anything exciting? What are you guys doing this weekend? Anything? I have no idea. My weekend is up in the air as usual. We'll see what happens. All right, I hit my page. That was my goal, and I think I'm gonna wrap this up for now. I have no idea if I'll be on this weekend or not. Depends on what my wife is doing. But I would definitely will see everybody on Monday. Now, every Monday is a holiday. So, I'm not sure anybody is going to be around. But if you are, cool. Ron strikes me as a spiritual American. Ron strikes me as he could do several seasons of that 90 Day Fiance. Sean says, more writing this weekend and going to check out the new movie with Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx. I don't know what that is. I am going to use the back scratcher, though. It's called Back in Action on Netflix. Well, you're not going to go anywhere. You can sit on your couch. I'm not a Jamie Foxx fan at all. Cameron Diaz, I don't hate her, but I don't like her. You know? But Jamie Foxx, for some reason, I just don't like him. Like, I don't like him as a person. I feel like I wouldn't hang out with him. A fish called Goggins. No, I think that's a different thing. Good times. Yeah. Did you see Baby Driver? Yes. When it first went to Netflix or whatever. I'm not going to go see that in the movies, but I did see that. I really enjoyed him in that. No idea what he's like in person. He just seems like a jerk. I don't know why. Mr. Frank, giving the thumbs up to Baby Driver. He said it was very good. Thought it was alright. There's a couple other things I wanted to watch. I want to watch the, Day of the Jackal. I want to watch that. I got to watch this season of From. And anybody see The Rig? With the dude from Game of Thrones? I watched the first season. It's like a sci-fi set on a rig, which is weird because of the title, I guess. And I liked it. I liked the first season. Lots of questions, lots of cosmic horror-ish creature stuff. And I guess the second season is now dropped on Prime or Netflix, one of those. Anyway, I'll probably end up watching that this weekend. There's Nick Zinn. Next page, Nick Zinn. Right in time. 10 minutes late. I wish I was significantly younger so I can marry Lily James. Who is Lily James? Let's say Lily James. Lily Chloe Nanette Thompson. She's an American actress, singer, and mezzo soprano. She's on British stuff. She's 35, Frank. 35. That's. She's 5'7". The Love in Your Baby. I saw Baby Driver years ago. I don't remember who. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember anybody who's in that. I want to have coffee with John Hamm. He seems like he'd be interesting to chat with. He does. It does seem like he would have some good stories. I would have coffee with him. I had to sit through a nasal cleaning ad while trying to eat lunch. So gross. Subscribe and resubscribe. Yeah, I saw the Rig season 1, enjoyed it. Need to watch season 2. So do I, Sean. So that's what I'm saying. I gotta watch season 2. Oh snap! I thought she was way younger. No, she's in your age range. Oh, Isa Gonzalez. Yeah, I would have coffee. I would have coffee with Armand Rosemilia, so I did. Several days in a row. She's cool. I don't know if there's too many actors or actresses that be like, oh, you know what? I would love to have coffee with that person. I would love to hang out with that guy. I'm telling you who I would not want to hang out with because he seems like a whiny little bitch. There's a guy who played Spider-Man and has that girlfriend that I don't find her all that attractive, but everybody loves her. That guy. I don't remember what his name is. He played Spider-Man. That kid. My top pick is Jennifer Garner. Not to marry or have sex with, but just to be friends with. She seems awesome. So nice and down to earth. She does. She seems like if you did want to have sex with her or date her or something, she seems like very gullible. Based on her past relationships. I can't think of anybody else that I would be like, you know what, I would like to hang out with that person. Yeah, yeah, Ben, yeah. I would rather hang out with Matt Damon than hang out with Ben Affleck. I would rather hang out with Casey Affleck than Ben Affleck. And again, not that I hate Ben Affleck, I just think the other two would be more interesting to hang out with. We would definitely talk about the Red Sox. We would have a great time. I was hanging out with Ethan Embry and Giovanni Ribisi. Giovanni Ribisi would be, I think he would be a lot of fun to hang out with. I did resubscribe after. Yeah, to have sex with them too, obviously. I'd rather hang out with Casey Kasem. Casey Kasem would rather hang out with you. So many people we call hang out with. I would listen to 3 hours of Matt Damon talking about how much he enjoyed doing the Bourne movies. How about Seth Green? Seth Green, maybe. I don't think that would be. I think there's more upshot than down listening, watching, hanging out with Seth Green. Now, Tom Green, no, I don't think I could handle that. He seems annoying. Seth Rogen, he's Canadian. Seth Rogen seems to be full of himself. Jonah Hill, when he was younger and fat, maybe. Now he just seems like a douchebag. Like when he played that white dude with dreadlocks in that movie, Dating a Black Chick. He's just trying too hard. Emo Phillips. God, I would punch that guy out with that voice. Jonah Hill looks like my Greek Coke dealer. Exactly. Now, what's his name? Shit. I gotta think of his name. He was in Eastbound and Down. Danny McBride. That guy seems like he'd be a lot of fun to hang out with. Although you'd probably have to do a lot of illegal drugs and stuff if you hung out with him. He seems like fun, though. I remember Denny McBride. Yeah, Danny would be awesome. Who the hell's Denny McBride? Baseball player? Is he Greek heritage or the Coke comes from Greece? That's an excellent question, Nick. But I can't think of too many like female actresses I would hang out with that I think I would have like a fun time hanging out with them. Definitely nobody who was young, because they would want to go to like the club or something. This is turning into a this is the end casting. Exactly, Choba. I would love to hang out with Choba. My wife would divorce me though. Of Greek heritage was really Albanian and just culturally appropriating Greeks. Like John Belushi. John Belushi was Albanian, not Italian. You'd hang with I would hang out with Chobot. I would also hang out with Phil, her former co-host. Phil seems like really serious, and I think I could goof all over him. My wife got new chair covers for those two chairs that sit in the corners, guarding the television, and I said, "Oh, Nick Zinn's gonna love that on his chair." Chill butt. I see what you did there. Oh, yeah. Stop with the beeping. We get it. You're in your driveway. Who's gonna steal your fucking car? Aquafina. She seems fine. I kind of know that who she is, and no, because of the stupid name. I'd like to spend the night with the two from Paranormal Lockdown. I don't even know which two of those are. All those shows are all the same. The one with Jack Osborne and the chick in that, Katrina. I definitely had a thing for her like 20 years ago when she was in that that other show with the college kids from Penn State or whatever. I just run into the other rooms all night and Katrina. Yeah, Katrina. Yeah, not Jack Osborne. I would not want to hang out with Jack Osborne. Rapper who turned to movie actress. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know her all that much to say, hey, let's go get a cup of coffee. It would be awkward for me. Not knowing anything about her. Did you catch the Pseudoscience series with Dan Aykroyd? Yeah, I watched that. I watched every episode so far. You were probably like 8 seasons behind. I also watched the Danny Trejo one that came out. I watched that as well. I also watched the William Shatner one that they played at the time, and I also watched the one with the dude who does all the alien, like The Proof is Out There, that one. I also do that one. And they had a Proof is Out There military edition a couple years ago with two military dudes. I watched that one too. Literally everything on History Channel and Discovery Channel and all those. I'm watching, like, I tape in, like, Harpoon Hunters is coming up. Watching it. Oh, they're going to search something? Watching it. Mysterious Islands? Watching it. It's not pseudoscience, it's real. Oh, can you imagine the stories Danny Trejo has? Oh boy, that would be a trip. Yeah. I don't like that he talks out of the side of his mouth, though. His like, your mouth is supposed to be like this, and his is like this. It's like a 90-degree angle. It's kind of weird. Dan Aykroyd is more into the paranormal than the entire History Channel. Is the Aykroyd one good? Yes, it is good. Well, Aykroyd came from, I don't know if you know this, but I read the Blues Brothers book. He came, he's a Canadian. We won't hold it against him. I'm just saying he's Canadian. And his parents were both occultists. And they believed in all that stuff, and he did growing up. And he ended up writing Ghostbusters based on that because of the stuff his parents believed in. That's when he ended up writing Ghostbusters, which eventually became a comedy and became Ghostbusters. But yeah, I think the Aykroyd one is pretty good. You got to catch up, Nick. You got to catch up. I'm on season, what is this, season 11 or 12 of Curse of Oak Island. Uh, the last the season ending, like episode 8 or whatever, of Blind Frog Ranch dropped this week, which I was going to watch this weekend, but I don't know what's going on yet. Might have to wait till next week to watch that. And yeah, I watch all of those shows. For him, Ghostbusters is a documentary series. You pretty much, yeah. I'm still deep in Expedition Unknown, which is great. So he has, it's still called Expedition Unknown when you tape it, when I tape it, but it's Expedition Files now this season, and he gets into kind of the same crap that Danny Trejo is getting into, and William Shatner and Dan Aykroyd are getting into. So you're seeing a lot of the same friggin' things over and over on those. All good though, all very good. So watch them all, Nick, and then get back to me. But basically, if you see anything, you're like, oh, I wonder if Armand watches that. Yes, he watches it. To the chagrin of my wife, he watches it. During the third reconciliation of the last of the McKettrick supplicants, they chose a new form for him, that of a giant slore. I'm not sure if you're really even on this thing. You're supposed to be in this. Are you supposed to be in another message board on Twitch? Because I don't know what the hell you're even saying, and I won't mind you, Mr. Frank. I will not mind you. All right. This will take a bit until the ground thaws. Yeah, I mean, you might as well just watch all these shows while you're snowed in, and then once you find that treasure, then you can get like that wall of TVs and you watch all of them at once. Yeah, oh, you'll be hitting it big time. And then, I can only imagine next year at MondoCon how much you'll have cheese delivered. There'll be a truck delivering cheese. You'll have so much money. All right, everybody. You don't remember that classic Rick Moranis line from Ghostbusters? No. Ghostbusters I saw in the movies, whatever year that came out, and that's the last time I've seen Ghostbusters. And I don't believe I've seen any. I think maybe I saw Ghostbusters 2 again, maybe in the movies. That's it. I've not seen anything Ghostbusters at all since then. And I'm not interested in it. Many shows no right. Yeah, so yeah, none of that makes any sense to me. I don't memorize lines of movies I saw once. And I liked it. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't like a huge nutcase. I'm not going to dress up. Boston makes me feel. Now I know what that is. Now you got that song in my head. Thanks, Nick. Thanks for ruining the rest of my day. It has been a minute, a New York minute. All right, everybody. I will see you on Monday. I might, again, I might be on this weekend. Who knows? I was on yesterday, and not one of you sons of bitches came on. So, but I got some writing in, which is good. You need that. So, laters yourself, Sean. Laters yourself. Again, next Wednesday, we're getting snow here, so should be exciting. Who only watches Ghostbusters once? Yeah, me. Thanks, Nick.